Greetings. Welcome back to the Osha Cerese Show. I am your host, Osha Cerese. I am a certified life coach, a dream doula, and an event curator, and I support women and others on their journey of healing, self love, and self discovery, also with birthing the life that they desire. And this show is where healing meets headlines, where culture and coaching collide, and where we utilize alchemy to turn gossip into growth. We're talking about all celebrity tea, what's going on, what's trending in the news, what's trending on social media, and we're pulling the lessons that we're learning from these hot topics. And I always share with you what I'm drinking. I'm on my 12th day of raw vegan eating and juicing. This is mango, pineapple, lime, ginger, and orange. I made this before, but it's a fresh batch that I made earlier today. Oh, cheers to great health, happiness, love, success, and abundance. Mm, that's one of my favorites, y'all. That is so good. Whew. Mm, that is really good. I hope you all are having an amazing what is this? Wednesday. See, another long day. I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. Again, if you are not subscribed to my channel, you need to do so now because this show may not always stream on Instagram. It's actually going to be living on YouTube. So go to the link in my bio, subscribe to my YouTube. It's youtube.com/@Osha Cerese, OSHACERESE. That's youtube.com/@OSHACERESE. Make sure you not only subscribe, but you also turn your notifications on because right now this is a pop-up show. I'm showing up. I've made the commitment to show up daily, every day, a day. So far, it's been 12 days in a row. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. 12 days in a row of consistency. I'm proud of myself. But the initial intention was for this to be a midday show, a lunch hour show. But some things changed in my schedule. So it's a pop-up show. So make sure you have your notifications on so you won't miss out on when I'm live. Because I love to converse with you while the show is on. But of course, if you're watching the playback, I appreciate that as well. And you can feel free to comment and engage in the conversation. Let me get some more of this good juice. I mean, amazing. Mm. Tastes like dessert. Tastes like sunshine, and it's raining. We're going to get into the rain, too. So first of all, let me just tell y'all that I'm just getting back. I told y'all I was going to be hosting speed dating today at Vegan and Friends. I have been hosting speed dating there, I want to say since like last August or September, maybe closer to October. But it's been about maybe 6 weeks since I've hosted there. So we were doing a special Valentine's Day speed dating, and it went well. It was a small, intimate group. Everybody enjoyed themselves. Great conversations were had. Great connections were made. That is my whole purpose of wanting to get people outside to meet people in person and start having conversations again. Because, when we went through that pandemic, everybody got used to just being inside. And people have really lost the art of socializing and connecting and communication and conversation. So when you come to the speed dating events that I host, the number one thing is to connect and to engage in conversation. Even if you don't leave with the love of your life or whatever, you're going to have some great conversations and some human connections and some meaningful connections. So it went well. I stayed afterwards and did a little mixing and mingling myself. They did a Kendrick Lamar set at the end, so we was all sea walking on the dance floor, peekaboo, squabble up. Like, come on. Kendrick is, he's having an amazing run right now, and everybody always think people are hopping on the bandwagon. I've been liking Kendrick Lamar, but I'm just saying, like, the music that he's been putting out has been amazing. The Everything that he's been doing. Then he broke history. Let's shout out more history. The most watched Super Bowl halftime performance of all time, even surpassed MJ, Michael Jackson, the GOAT. Um, and it was the most watched Super Bowl as well. So shout out to Kendrick. Happy Black History Month. Since we're talking about history, every day this month, I've been highlighting some Black history. And since it is also Valentine's Day coming up, I've been highlighting Black love as well. We have Black Love Day coming up tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is Black Love Day. Actually, in a few minutes, it's going to be Black Love Day. So I got to make sure I come with some extra special celebratory things for us to do tomorrow on the show in celebration of Black Love Day. And Valentine's Day is Friday. So today I wanted to highlight one of the pioneers of having shows, someone who actually inspired me on this show, actually. I just found out that Wendy Williams may be getting released from her, is it conservatorship, something like that, conservatorship, whatever the bullshit. No, I'm just like the things that they've been having her under, where she has to have a guardianship, conservatorship, however it's labeled. She may be getting released soon from it because of a misdiagnosis of this particular type of dementia that they diagnosed her with. According to old dude over at TMZ, I just saw it on my timeline. I'm just able to scroll and look at my timeline and see what's going on when I just got home. And he's saying that Wendy might be able to get released from this. And it's just really strange to me. I understand that some people are not able to make their own medical decisions because they're just whatever the health reason is, but it's giving prisoner. And I don't understand that. Like, it's one thing to maybe have someone to advocate for people who are not in their sound mind, or they're struggling intellectually or mentally. But the way that this has been handled, it just doesn't make sense. I know with Britney Spears, when she was under conservatorship with her father, that would make more sense as far as it being a family member. But then it seemed like she was being abused, allegedly mishandled and mismanaged. So I kind of went down the Free Britney rabbit hole when she was going through what she's going through. And since she's been free from it, I mean, she still seems like she's a little needing some support in, emotionally, mentally, or whatever. Doesn't seem like her old self, but she seems fairly happy. She dances and does what she want to do, but I don't know. Things be looking strange in people's situations when they have these guardians and conservatorships and all of this. But Wendy Williams, she's been in this facility, and they're saying that sometimes they don't let certain people come see her, and she's not able to make certain phone calls, and she's got to ask permission to go to her father's 94th birthday party. So I don't know what these folks be doing. And then somebody handling your money. Again, if someone is not capable of doing it, you would think that there would be an appointed person in charge, that the family, I guess that's why it's important to create your will, your living will, your who is your I was in the medical field for so long and I'm having a brain fart right now, but who is your power of attorney, all of these different titles and things that you have to have in place for people to make decisions about your life and stuff. We don't think about needing that, but it is important to have these things in place. So I don't know if the judge or the courts overrule all of that to be able to put somebody in charge of someone else's life, but it seems strange. So I don't know. But hopefully, you know, because I've been doing the hashtag free Wendy because it seems strange, and I don't want nobody to be a prisoner within their own life if they don't have to be under these stipulations. Like Wendy Williams, despite what people feel about her and her having a gossip show or whatever, she always did her job. Her job was to give the celebrity tea, to give the celebrity news, to report what's going on, and to share her opinions. And that's what she did. And she did it well. So, and she's missed. We missed that. Like, we missed that. How you doing? I know I do. But the reason why I say that she's inspired my show, um, I'm not trying to just give tea like that and just give it like I am wanting to pull the lessons from it and do some coaching associated with what's going on and compare it to real life issues. But the main way that she inspired me is when I was trying to come up with the name of this show, because I was actually racking my brain trying to figure out what I was going to name this show. And I'm so glad that I sat and meditated on this, because I prayed about it, I meditated on it, and it came to me during meditation. Because I was just had all these different names that was coming up. And again, it was supposed to be a midday lunch hour show. So it was gonna be lunch and love and different names that it just weren't resonating with me. And I have a lot of brands where I feel like I gotta come up with these cool names. Like I got Cool Weirdos, I got um the brand, the hoodies, the t-shirts, and the podcast. And Weirdo stands for while everyone is replicating, demonstrate originality. And it was inspired by my youth program, the Orchid Life, because that's another acronym. Orchid is another acronym, and the O in Orchid is originality. So Cool Weirdos was a spinoff of, trying to basically inspire the children and the youth to be themselves and be authentic, and it's okay to be different. But then I resonated with Cool Weirdos, and a lot of people that I hang out with, they like, I'm a cool weirdo too. Like, not just um it doesn't just apply to children, like everybody, to show up as their authentic self, to people that march to the beat of their own drums, all of that. So I have that brand. I have Damn Near Vegan, thumbs up. I got Damn Near Vegan, which that was inspired during my initial stages of my vegan journey. And my mom would start eating similar things to me, and she was cooking one day and she was like, hell, I'm damn near vegan. And I was like, that would make a great name for a book. So it ended up becoming my whole brand name, because when I first started sharing like my vegan cooking and stuff, it initially said, my IG page was like Chef Osha Cerese. And I was like, I am not trying to claim to be no chef, because I am not. So I had to come up with another name, and then I used Damn Near Vegan for that. Um, the Orchid Life. Orchid is my favorite flower, and the acronym is originality, respect, confidence, honesty, integrity, and determination. And those are the principles that I teach the youth through my the Orchid Life programs. So then I had a bath and body care line called Oshun Vibrations. I got so many different names, I can't even hardly keep up with them. So when it came to naming this show, I was racking my brain about different trendy names and all of this, and it just nothing resonated. So one of my friends, actually, shout out to Latrice with the original Cowboy Club, she had mentioned one time that this show that I showed her, that I follow, that I was kind of having, that I was feeling inspired by this YouTube show. I'm like, I kind of want to do something like this, but I want to do it this way. And she was like, it's kind of giving Wendy Williams. And, we kind of, need someone like you, more holistic or whatever, in that type of space. We don't see that often. So that stuck with me. And then when I was praying about the name and what I should do, what direction I should go in, and I meditated on it, and I thought the Wendy Williams Show. And then I started thinking about other people's shows that they have that they use their name. So I was like, why don't I just name it the Osha Cerese Show? So there we have it. So shout out to Latrice for planting the seed, and shout out to Wendy Williams, because that's who I felt inspired by at that moment. But I wanted to make Wendy Williams the Black History Spotlight of the Day because just seeing that news that she will possibly soon be free from this conservatorship. And I thought, she has contributed so much to the culture. Um, so Wendy started her career in radio. We've all heard different clips of her. She's locked in with the hip hop culture. We heard the clip with Whitney Houston cussing her out because she'd been giving tea and talking, but she started in radio. She started making waves in urban radio stations in New York and Philly. And she gained a reputation for her unfiltered, tell it like it is style, making her one of the most recognized voices in radio. She transitioned to TV in 2008 when she launched the Wendy Williams Show, which became a cultural staple for over a decade with her signature Hot Topics segment and her "How you doing?" catchphrase, which became a part of pop culture. She also opened doors for Black women in media, proving that a woman could dominate the talk show space and keep it real. And she was inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame in 2009, and even dabbled in a little bit of acting, appearing in Think Like a Man, and its sequel. Now, the acting Wendy, I ain't gonna say too much on that, but I don't think that was her ministry, but definitely radio and TV. Y'all know she played Kevin Hart's wife on Think Like a Man. So in recent years, she's faced health struggles, including her Graves' disease, lymphedema, and the financial conservatorship. On top of that, before even all of that, she had the, huge controversy with getting a divorce from her husband, with him having a whole other woman on the side, getting her pregnant, having a girl. They broke up. I think Wendy Williams really, a lot of her decline was from a broken heart, honestly, because when you watch those documentaries of her after her Lifetime movie came out, it was like right in the middle of her divorce, right after the Lifetime movie was a documentary. And she literally cried during that whole documentary, and it was really sad. And it was just like, that was her husband for years. She has her son that she loves and adores. And then they struggled with fertility, and I believe she always wanted a little girl. So for him to have this affair with this younger woman, spending Wendy Williams' money on this woman, got her kept, put in a house and all of this stuff, and then to have a little girl, it was heartbreaking. So I really feel like that was like the beginning of her decline. And we saw her stressed out when she passed out during the Halloween segment, that time when she had the Statue of Liberty costume on. She was stressed. So she's went through all that. And then it says again that she may possibly have been misdiagnosed with the dementia. So there's talks about her being released from this conservatorship. I guess there's a new documentary, Where is Wendy Williams, that has been shedding light on what she's been going through behind the scenes. And many fans are rooting for her to reclaim her life and legacy, including me. I heard her being interviewed on the Breakfast Club, because her and Charlemagne the God, in my Webby voice. They go way back. They used to work together, and he said that they kind of fell out behind her ex-husband. But I heard her recent interviews on the Breakfast Club, and she sounded pretty good. She didn't sound like 100% herself. Like, it sounds like she's not as sharp, but she definitely didn't sound incapacitated or unable to take care of herself. So free Wendy. We look forward to her being able to be free and be with loved ones and be handled properly and with care, and to be able to have dignity in her life as she's aging, and, allowing her to enjoy the fruits of her labor that she worked hard for. We would love a Wendy Williams podcast if she was up to it, but let's just hope for the best. Free Wendy, hashtag Free Wendy, and we'll just keep an eye on what's going on. So again, that is the Black Spot, hot Black. Ooh, I'm trying to say Black Highlight, Black Spotlight, Black History Month, all in one breath. That's the Black Spotlight, Black History Spotlight of the day. Wendy Williams, shout out to you. So yeah, I was telling y'all about that I just got in from the speed dating event, and it went well, and it's been a rainy day all day. On the way in, it was starting to storm. I didn't know that when I moved to Georgia, I was moving to Seattle, Georgia. I've been calling it that for years because it literally rains here every season. It doesn't just rain in the springtime. It's not just like the April showers bring May flowers. It rains winter, spring, summer, fall. And this is not winter weather in where I'm from. Like, it's not about to be getting down raining. So it's definitely something to get used to. The streets are flooding. It's storming. Like, it was just rain and sleet and fog. But then on the way in, it started to storm, lightning. I didn't hear much thunder, but I saw the lightning. And it just made me think of, it made me think of my great grandmother, because she kind of marked all of us with, not all of us, but a lot of us in the family. We kind of scared of thunderstorms. Like, she would literally hide behind couches, turn off all the lights and hide from thunder and storm. She would be scared. And I thought I was the only one that really had it bad, because when I was younger in elementary school, they showed us the movie Twister. I don't know why they did that. I don't think it was educational. It definitely traumatized me. So whenever the weather is a little bit too severe, I get a little nervous. And I thought it was just me, but then I started talking to cousins, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm scared. It's storming outside. And I'm like, you too? But yeah, that just made me think of that. And I also realized that, both of my grandmothers, on both, my maternal and paternal grandmother are both from the South. My maternal grandmother was from Birmingham, Alabama, and my paternal grandmother is from Shreveport, Louisiana. So I grew up with very superstitious grandmothers, and I've learned recently, like in the past few years, that a lot of superstitions are rooted in hoodoo. So like, our ancestors, whatever they were practicing, it kind of trickled down into the superstitions that we follow. But I've had to break myself away from a lot of superstitions, but some I still haven't gotten rid of. Like, I've gotten away from like being worried about black cats, seeing black cats. I look at them as good luck now when I see them instead of bad luck. What are some other ones? For the most part, I'm still kind of like, I don't split no poles. I really don't whistle in the house. I'm not opening up no umbrella in the house. I'm not walking up under no ladder. But one superstition kind of made me chuckle to myself sometime last year. I remember when I was a child, me and my cousin were driving probably to church or something with my paternal grandmother. And we were getting ready to drive over train tracks. And my cousin goes, lift your feet up. Whenever we ride over train tracks, you're supposed to lift your feet up. That's what grandma said. And so, do you know I still do that to this day? And I never questioned it. I never looked it up. I never asked anybody if they do it until last year. I don't know. I think I did it one day, and I was thinking, like, I wonder, does my cousin still do this? Because she's the one that told me about it. So it just made me think of how traditions, superstitions, rituals are things that are passed down that we continue to do generation after generation, and oftentimes we don't even know why. I want to read to you what I found out when I Googled it. So it says lifting your feet off of the pedals while crossing the railroad. See, it says the pedals. I'd be doing it in the back seat too. Where am I at? Passenger seat. And while I'm driving. But lifting your feet off the pedals while crossing railroad tracks is a driving superstition that is, it says that it's not safe or should not be done. But the beliefs behind the superstition, I don't know. It says some people believe that lifting your feet off of the pedals will bring you good luck or prevent bad luck. Others believe that not lifting your feet off the pedals will result in never finding true love, dying young, or losing a relationship. And some people even make a wish while crossing the tracks with their feet in the air. So that's interesting because a lot of the superstitions have something to do with not ever being able to find love. I just got a notification that says that I'm paused on Instagram, so let me just check. Let me just got a notification. I think it's your phone because it's okay over here. So I think it's interesting how some superstitions lead back to not finding love or washing like washing a loved one away or somebody dying. Where I wonder, like, why that? Why is that the connection? Because I just thought of another one that I still do. If somebody sweeps my feet, I'm going to spit on the broom. And I think some people say that means that you're never going to get married if you don't. It's just too much to keep up with, but I do it because that's what my grandmother's told me to do. And then not washing clothes on New Year's Day. You'll wash a relative out, wash a loved one out. I just keep it going because that's what they told me. So if you're watching, do you have any superstitions, rituals, traditions that you follow that maybe your parents, your grandparents, some of your ancestors may have given you or passed down to you? And what is the significance behind them? What do you get from that? Hold on one second, let me check. Okay. So let's get into the topics of today. I really just have one topic that I wanted to get into. So I've been noticing, it's kind of a couple of topics under one thing. So I've been noticing a little drama in the on the blogs. One is between Miss Nikki Baby from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and LiAngelo Ball. I think he's a former NBA player, and he's now a rapper. He has that viral song now, I might swerve on the corner, whoa, whoa. That dude. I didn't even realize that was the same guy that she was with until the blogs hit with this drama. So Nikki Mudaris, aka Miss Nikki Baby from Love and Hip Hop, she's claiming that LiAngelo Ball, brother of NBA stars LaMelo and Lonzo, left her, or maybe he never, I don't know if he was in the NBA, but his brothers are. And I think his father might have been too, or maybe he just coaches them. I don't know. I always see him in the blogs with him too, with his kids. But she's claiming that he left her with their newborn baby and is already expecting another child with another woman. They have two children together, and I believe both of them are under 3 years old. She also took to social media exchanging words with the alleged new woman in his life. And it's a lot of drama, but we don't know what happened between him and Miss Nikki Baby. It hasn't come out yet, but we do know that they've been posting together for the past few years in this relationship. They've had 2 public pregnancies, 2 children, and they have a little baby girl that was just born. And now all of a sudden he's went viral with this rap song, and he's signed a multi-million-dollar deal with the record label, and now all of a sudden gone. So the alleged new woman was all on the internet saying that this girl, Miss Nikki Baby, is not innocent, and that There's always drama going on between her family and LiAngelo, saying that Miss Nikki baby says the N word, the family is racist, all of these things. So that's one set of drama that's been going on. Another set of drama that I've been seeing online. I talked about this on episode 1 when it started. Jacquees and Deiondra Sanders. I told y'all that she was basically commenting. Somebody asked her where she was when it came to Jacquees and LiAngelo promoting their upcoming album. And she's like responding to somebody asking where she is because she's always there with him. And she's like, oh, I can't, I'm not allowed to be there. And so I was saying how it seems like she's being jealous of him promoting his album and him having to work with a woman. And it just seemed off-putting because just leaving it at that surface level of when you have a spouse that's an entertainer and you start getting all in the blogs, making comments, showing jealous tendencies when you already know that this person is an entertainer and they have a certain image that they have to uphold. The fact that they're even having a public relationship could run some of their fans away, but on top of them having a public relationship, you being petty and talking shit and doing all this extra stuff in the comments. And it kind of reminded me of some years back, Tank, the singer Tank. He had a concert or something coming up, and this woman commented. It was a disrespectful comment. She said something like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see you in concert. I got VIP tickets or something, and I don't think your wife is doing you right." Something off-putting. But then his wife got in the comments and responded to her and said, "Oh, you will not be going to VIP. You're getting your refund back. Don't ever disrespect me like that," or whatever. And I get it. Everybody has the right to check disrespect if they want to. But I feel like some things you just let that shit slide because that's what your man is, an entertainer. Let him handle it. You already know that he has to set a boundary with his fans. So when they come to the VIP section or whatever they doing, he knows he's a married man. He's not going to pay that girl no mind. Let her have her fantasy. You're benefiting from the money. I could see if she actually touched him or did something. I feel like it's doing too much. That's just me. You can't check everybody that's being lustful and being thirsty as hell in these comments because that's what they gonna do. These folks are R&B singers, so they're gonna have some thirst buckets, saying crazy things, throwing panties on stage, trying to show up in hotel rooms or whatever. But social media, like, it ain't that deep to me. It's almost like you gotta show and prove that you're his woman. We know it ain't that deep. But anyway, I thought it was just like some surface level stuff going on between Deiondra Sanders, daughter of Deion Sanders, and Jacquees stuff with her just being a little jealous about him working with LiAngelo. Again, they had an album before. It's called F a Friend Zone, and now they're coming out with F a Friend Zone Part 2. I think it's a mixtape. So they're promoting it right now. I'm thinking they just on some promo R&B man woman album. I don't see chemistry between LiAngelo and Jacquees. When I look at it, they look like two homeboys to me. Because you know LiAngelo, she be in her masculine energy sometimes, and she's giving feminine right now. But it doesn't give we want each other energy to me. So I never even thought that and wouldn't even known that there was anything more to that if Deiondra Sanders wouldn't be in the comments sharing certain things. So the latest drama with that, it then upgraded from what it was last week. She saw that, I think she had commented saying something like, oh, LiAngelo is telling Miss Rosie, which is Jacquees' mom, that she wants him back, and basically that she been waiting out all this time to see if she can get back with him. I never even knew they was a thing. So she's revealing all of this stuff that's drama that no one else, the public didn't know. So Miss Rosie, which is Jacquees' mom, reposted it in her story, and I think she said dummy or something like that. So it's just a mess. So then once she did that, Deiondra was like, yeah, and you're trying to talk. Let me just read it because I don't want to misquote. Because I'll just be up in here paraphrasing. Let me read what was actually said. This was actually supposed to be my topic yesterday, and we ended up talking about some other stuff, so I didn't have my notes right in front of me. But let me look. Okay. So I want to make sure I say it in order. Okay. So initially, was it this far back? Okay, I was trying to get to the original message, but I don't want to have to go this far back into the blog that it was on, because I thought it happened sooner than this. Okay, so let me just start here. So when she said what she said initially about um not being allowed to be at the photo shoot with LiAngelo and Jacquees, that stirred up some stuff. So then so then LiAngelo posted, doing press is greater than being pressed. And then Deiondra said, people gotta fake a relationship to sell albums. Stop asking me why I'm not around. I am not allowed to be around them because Dej would feel uncomfortable if his fiance was there. As I said before, y'all got it. Y'all won. Hope y'all little album sell the most y'all ever done sold. So then, I think she said that first. And then Dej said, doing press is greater than being pressed. So then Deiondra comes back and says, being pressed is telling his mama, Miss Rosie, how you still want him. Telling his mama you wish it was you. You and your mama mad because he proposed to me. You waited to see what Jacquees, is it Quay, would do before you came out with your girlfriend. Waiting around year after year and never chose. Dej, keep it cute before I air all your shit out. So she said, you can go and get the hell on you and your mama. But it just seemed like whenever Deiondra goes viral, it's from being in arguments with somebody that Jacquees been with. Like the first time we even knew about her and Jacquees being an item was when her and Dreezy got into it. And him and Dreezy have been together for years. And then all of a sudden, her and Dreezy are publicly arguing, and Dreezy is the one that revealed that Deiondra was pregnant. So it just seemed like anytime she's going viral, it's some messy stuff behind Jacquees. And that's the thing, y'all. I personally feel like if a man has you arguing with a woman publicly online, he don't really fool with you like that. If he hasn't been able to mediate the situation and get y'all on the one accord, or secure, make you feel secure enough where you feel like you ain't got to go back and forth on the internet, I feel like maybe he don't like you like that, or maybe you just out of control. I don't know. So then all of a sudden Jacquees and Deiondra post their baby online. That's a big thing, but all her pictures she posted was without him. So I don't know what they got going on. So then Then Miss Rosie got into it, which is Jacquees' mother. Like I said, she posted it on her story, calling her. Let me see what she said. She said, dummy. That was the word she used. When it says Deiondra Sanders exposes Jacquees and LiAngelo's fake relationship, says she was blocked from the video shoot. And she reposted that article and she said dummy. So then Deiondra reposts her mother-in-law's, because this is Jacquees is her fiance. She reposted and it said, Miss Rosie better stop playing with me. Nobody off limits now. Now go be with your husband and keep stealing and hiding your son money. It's getting too messy. So then she tags Jacquees' mother and says, now run and dummy that, ma'am. So then Miss Rosie reposts that Jacquees was on Deion Sanders and Roxy's show on Tubi. I guess they got a little talk show on Tubi. And she's like, thank you, Deion Sanders, tags him and Tubi for having Jacquees on. Thank you for pouring into my young king. Real recognize real. Hashtag hard worker. Hashtag beautiful young king. Hashtag amazing father. Hashtag amazing provider. Hashtag never a handout. Hashtag out the mud. Hashtag granny prayers. Hashtag strictly business. Make sure y'all tune in. And she put a snowflake because their baby boy's name is Snow. And they revealed him on Deion Sanders' show. So I don't like that. Like, we beefing with mother-in-laws now. We beefing with folks' mamas. And then it seemed like his mother is overstepping her boundaries into his relationships. So it's a lot of mess. So that happened. And then she reposted Jacquees' mother saying that. And she said, yes, you're welcome for having your son on my daddy's show, all caps. They respected him and welcomed him with class. Unlike y'all got the right one today. Oh, Lordy. So this kind of reminds me of when Cardi B and Offset were married. I don't know if they're still married or if they're already officially divorced, but I believe it was before she had her third child. And I remember her going live talking big shit about Offset's side of the family and about how they treat her or how they treat the kids or whatever type of mess. And all of this stuff just kind of made me think from this Miss Nikki stuff, Miss Nikki baby stuff, and this new woman that LiAngelo supposedly has pregnant or allegedly has pregnant, saying that Nikki's family is racist and they say she says the N-word and they got all this crazy stuff going on. And then Jacquees and his mom and beefing back and forth with Deiondra, and the mom LiAngelo telling the mama she wish it was her, and the mama entertaining it, and then Cardi B with her stuff. It just all boils down to me to why I say it's so important to, during the vetting process, to also vet the family that you are possibly marrying into or having children for. I talked about that too when Risa Tisa's 50-part series went viral. And she was talking about how, who the F did I marry? A lot of it was because she didn't meet none of her man's folks. Like, who are your people? Where did you come from? That's important. I believe that's one of the big important pieces to vetting people before you get in too deep. You got to see where these folks come from. And you can't, everybody isn't the exact reflection or direct reflection of their families, because sometimes some of my family members, if they got to be the ones to vouch for me, people might be like, damn, no, I'm playing. It's a few of them in there that might make somebody a little hesitant, but it is important to see where people come from. Like, what type of upbringing did you have? Who are your parents? What did they instill in you? Who are your people that you go to? Who is the wise counsel in your family? Who are the elders? What type of conflict resolution are you used to, just based off of your family dynamics? And if it is toxic, how have you healed from that? How have you worked on doing better? And just what type of dynamic is it? Because especially depending on what type of person you are. If you know that you want a village for your family, for your children, and you know that you and this person are possibly going to have children together, somebody said made a good point. Find out how the family dynamics are with the children that are already there. Like, if there are little ones that are in the family, or your possible future mother-in-law, father-in-law have grandchildren, are the grandchildren around? Do they are they involved in their lives? When there are children present in the household for family gatherings, are people actually helping with those children? Are they interacting with them? Or is it a bunch of yelling, sit your ass down, get your ass out of here, go over there? Like, what's the dynamic with that? If you are the type that wants to be able to be close with your in-laws, how is the dynamic with their son or their daughter, whoever you are vetting? How is their relationship with your partner? Are they close? Are they open? Are they biased? Are they always going to side with that person? Are they going to look at things and go for what's right or what's wrong? Like, right is right, wrong is wrong. Even when it comes to siblings, like, I know sometimes mother-in-laws and sister-in-laws can sometimes interfere or have jealous tendencies or whatever towards a woman. Like, filling that out, that's important. What is your partner's role in the family? Sometimes that comes along with birth order. Like, are they the oldest son who has been looked at as damn near the father figure? Is it the oldest daughter if you're a man vetting, or if you're someone who dates women vetting a woman? Is she the oldest sister, or is she the go-to person when it comes to like helping people, finances? Everybody calling her, calling him, middle of the night, they got to get up, they don't have any boundaries because their family always needs them. Is that going to work for you? Or are they the person who, what does their family think of them? It's not all about just vetting what type of family members they have, vetting to see what their family thinks of them. You can pick up cues and different things just being at family gatherings, or having private conversations, or public conversations, and asking certain questions to find out who you're getting with and what you're possibly marrying into or giving birth to a child into. And you need to find out what runs in y'all family. Everybody got somebody that ain't got it all in their family, me included, on both sides. But what runs in your family? Are there any illnesses that run in your family? Are there any tendencies, personality traits, tempers? Again, the conflict resolution. And I want to repeat again that even the negative things that you might find out about somebody's family, that doesn't mean that your partner has those same qualities. But since they did come from that, what have they learned from it? How do they implement other things? How do they shut down when they're with their family because they've evolved past the way that they handle things? Do they offer solutions? Do they stay away from their family? I just think that that's very important to vet family dynamics and dysfunction and how that may affect your partner, and that may affect you going forward. It's important for a man, to me, to love his mother, to respect his mother, to have a great relationship with his mother. But then when they say mama's boy, I think, that could be cute. You're a mama's boy to a certain extent. But like, when it comes to your mom treating you like you're her man, and you not setting boundaries from that, you acting like she your woman too, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on that. So if you're watching or listening, what type of vetting do you find yourself doing when it comes to people's families? Even when it comes to, like I said, how they were raised in their household, like if they weren't raised by both parents, what was the dynamic? What is the relationship? How do they feel about their parents? If their father or their mother wasn't present, how do they feel about that? Have they healed from that? I dated someone um about a couple years ago, and he was raised by his father mostly. His mother was in and out of his life, and you could tell that he had some resentment towards her. And I think I just talked to him about, just giving parents, I don't know what the exact words that I said to him. I don't know if it was about grace or about, you know, certain things that they've gone through that they may not be able to process certain things in the same way that we have when we've gone on our healing journey or whatever. Whatever it is that I said, and this man was a therapist as well. I'm a life coach. I'm not a therapist, but I do have certain gifts. Whatever I said to that man, he said that you're the first woman that actually ever made me feel open to talking to my mother. And I thought that was powerful. And I'm glad. I think that was my purpose for being in his life for that moment of time that we did meet. But it is important to know what type of wounds people have, father wounds, mother wounds, and how they are handling them and how that looks for your relationship with them. So when I say vet, I don't just mean find out if y'all have shared interests and shared values. I mean, you got to go deep. You got to go deep. You got to get deep because it really matters and makes a difference. And not saying that you could prevent everything from vetting, but it would help. And I'm not sure. Ooh, it's starting to storm. There's lightning out there, y'all. I'm getting nervous. But I'm not sure how well these celebrity people vetted their partners and the family dynamics or whatever, but the drama is real. It's getting dramatic out here. I also want to make mention that when it comes to Miss Nikki baby and when it comes to Deiondra Sanders, they recently had babies. So they may be experiencing postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, new mom fears, whatever it is that they're going through. And you know that it's very important to feel supported and loved and stable and healthy and calm and collected and all of that after you've just had a baby. And it just seems like sometimes when babies come in the picture, folks start acting different and things start falling apart because there's so many different changes that have occurred. So you never know if these women are experiencing postpartum symptoms and then these men are triggering them with all this different stuff. So I'm hoping that they resolve their issues and that they're able to, um, you know, heal whatever they're going through and get their families back together. But I will say that I want you to know vetting is important, but also think about your own family dynamics and how they affect um, you to this day. And think about the conflict resolution based on your family dynamic. If you have any unhealed wounds or father or mother wounds that you haven't addressed, and is there something from your childhood, whether that's a traumatic experience, a traumatic upbringing, or just something that is unresolved that is still showing up in your adulthood and in your adult relationships? And if you need support with unpacking that, uncovering that, discovering that, you can always go to my website, oshacerese.com, and book a session. I do one-on-one sessions. I have programs. There's a healing program that would be amazing for you. One single step at a time. It's a 6-week healing program. You do inner child healing, past relationship healing, forgiveness, acceptance, self-discovery, figuring out who you are, what you like, what you need in your life, and going forward with a plan of action for the future and what you would like to manifest for your life. That program is a guided program that comes along with the guided journal and with coaching. And if you're not ready for that 6-week intensive program, you're just not ready yet, go ahead and enroll in 5 Ways in 5 Days. That one is all about learning how to utilize your love languages to incorporate them in your everyday acts of self-love and self-care. And it also gives you a format to uncover any blockages you may have from giving and receiving love, because that all goes back to childhood as well. So there are some prompts, some affirmations, some exercises for you to do to uncover that as well. And if you feel like you're not ready for that, grab you a journal. $20, OshaCerese.com, How to Beat Single. It was created with singles in mind, but it's also very beneficial for anyone who wants to go on a journey of healing, self-discovery, and self-love. People who are in relationships have used it and benefited from it. People that are going through divorce, people that are single and been single for a while. It's helped all kind of people. You can grab that journal. Make sure if you're on my website, OshaCerese.com, that you subscribe to my newsletter. Those will be back coming soon. And also, I want you to add yourself to the Intentional Love Collective if you are an intentional dater. If you're looking for love in 2025 and you are hopeful, romantic, and you tired of swiping left and right, join the Intentional Love Collective. It is a growing community. It is a database that I am collecting information from you, from intentional singles, intentional daters. And it allows me to create more curated events, singles mixers that allow me to invite a small group of people that have shared interests, that are attracted to each other, because I can tell from the questions that are on there what type of people you're attracted to. It's storming, y'all. Something just fell on the roof. Probably was an acorn, maybe a branch, who knows. But join the Intentional Love Collective. Right now it's in my bio. Y'all hear that? About to get offline because it's storming. But it's in my bio, linktree.com/Osha Cerese. If you're on Instagram, it's in my bio. If not, comment or DM me Intentional Love and I'll send it over to you. Or you can email me at oshacerese@gmail.com. That's OSHACERESE@gmail.com. And you can just email me Intentional Love and I will send you over the form so you can be included in Intentional Love Collective. Let me give y'all a little prompt. I think I want you to just write for your journaling prompt of the day. Is there anything from my childhood that is coming up in my adult life that I need to address? Just write that down and see what comes up. Try to write at least one page from that prompt and see what comes up. So again, tomorrow is Black Love Day. If you didn't know, if you want to know more about Black Love Day, it was the Black History Spotlight on episode 2. And so I'm going to do something special to celebrate Black Love Day. And then we got Valentine's Day coming up on Friday. I don't know. I don't know if I got a Valentine's yet. So we'll see if what I'll do for Valentine's Day. Might be a potential. So we'll see. We'll see what we do on Valentine's Day. If you have anything that you want me to unpack, if you want to send me a letter and allow me to coach you through that letter on the show, you could be anonymous or whatever. If you have any feedback, concerns, questions, or you want me to talk about a particular topic, you can email me at oshacerese@gmail.com. That's OSHACERESE@gmail.com. And make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, because again, this Osha Cerese Show, it's not going to always be streaming on Instagram. I'm just doing this for y'all until y'all get used to coming on over here to YouTube. So link in my bio for YouTube is youtube.com/@Osha Cerese, OSHACERESE. Subscribe and turn your notifications on, because you never know when I'm going to pop up. And it's stormy, y'all, so I'm going to turn this TV off. I'm about to unwind. I'm about to shower, get dressed in my PJs, make me a little spinach salad, because I ain't ate all day, and y'all know I'm doing raw and juicing, so I got to put something in my stomach. And I'm going to spend a couple of hours unwinding, because I'm kind of hyped up since I hosted speed dating tonight. But I appreciate y'all, the ones of you who tuned in live with me. And for those that are watching the playback, thank you too. Comment and like, share, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.